What's up, you motherfuckers? Good to see ya. So, I just posted a video called WWE Daniel Bryan, yes, which pretty much is just me talking about how I feel Daniel Bryan's being utilised, why he's not being pushed, and a few other things. So yeah, check that out if you're a fan of Daniel Bryan. Now I'm going to talk about my current likes and dislikes of the WWE, and I've just wrote a few of them down, and there was only a few likes. I was struggling to think of things I liked, but dislikes came easily. So I'll go with likes first, okay? This is just my personal opinion. Number one, WWE Total Divas. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, are you taking the piss? No, I watched that, and I actually fucking really love that show. And I'm always pissed. I've got to wait a week for another episode, and then after only a few episodes, it's like, the next part of the series is in a few months, and I'm like, oh shit, because I really do like seeing what it's like behind the scenes, and I do question why the WWE would, dabble in a show that is so close to breaking the fucking kayfabe on everything. You know, like, it's never actually said, fucking wrestling is this or that in the show, but there's been times where I've been like, ooh, that's been close to giving away the fucking, the business kind of thing. I do like the show. I do like seeing how people are. I disliked both the Bella twins before the show, and I have done forever. I've never liked them, and now I dislike them more. But I do think that Nikki would be the evil twin, and Brie would be the nicer one. But when they're both together, they're both bitches. But Brie's alright, I think. So I do like that show. I do think Ava Marie is a bit of a bitch, a bit of a glory hound. She is in it for fame. She obviously doesn't watch wrestling, and she's demonstrated a number of times. She's obviously never seen a wrestling move, as she demonstrated on the show a number of times. I do think she was just in it for fame and for modelling, and obviously didn't really give a shit about the fucking athletic side of it. So I can understand why JJ's pissed off all the time. Another thing I do like about WWE is how they bring back previous champions, things like that, fan favourites. Now, this was a point for years and years I was saying, please, Rock, just come back to WWE, please come back, please have one more match, please, something. And for years and years and years he didn't. He'd come back, he'd do a guest spot, he'd, host something, and then he came back and had a match with, Survivor Series against The Miz and R-Truth, and I was like, yay, The Rock's back, and obviously, before that, we knew they was going to have a match at WrestleMania. So I was glad he came back for longer than I expected. When he came back again, I was happy about that. He got handed the belt pretty much, which is something I'll get to in a minute, but I was glad he came back after all those years. He came back, Brock Lesnar came back, and I didn't think there was any chance of Brock coming back, because he'd been saying for years, like, I'm done with that, and Dana White was always saying, like, why would he go back to fake wrestling when he's been in the real fighting industry? Like, why? How can that's a step back kind of thing? And I thought, Brock ain't gonna come back, and I'd love it if he did, because he was a fucking monster, and I love watching his matches. He came back, had subpar matches. I don't think he's had a really great match since he's got back. He's had matches with loads of extreme shit in it, but I don't think he's ever had a good match since he's been back. So it's just nice seeing him again, even though he comes out and every time he does that weird taunt thing he does, the chicken wing, you know what I mean, what he does, like, wow, it's intimidating, ooh. He came back, they just brought Batista back, and it's another one I thought, he went to MMA, like, he was saying for years, I'm going to go to MMA, and then he did, and I was like, yay, and I watched his fights, and he was okay, one fight, I thought, oh, he's good, and then I thought, well, he's not going to go back to wrestling, because, even though he kind of ended on good/bad terms, I don't think he can see anything in it for anymore. I know that he likes his money, but I don't think I could see him coming back. But he did. I'm glad he's back. But just gotta love his Batista bomb and the spine buster. Other than that, there's nothing else I like about the guy. I never liked his moveset when there's one moment in like 2003 when he said to Stone Cold during a fucking promos, like, you're a fucking coward. And from that, like, even though I know it's all completely scripted, since that, I just never liked Batista, and like, it's never happened with anyone else. I've never cheered for the guy. I've never wanted him to win a match, and whoever he's faced, I've always wanted him to lose. I want to see a Batista bomb, but I want him to lose. I don't like the guy, but he's okay. That's just my personal preference. What I don't agree with is when they bring a guy back and they're straight away in the top picture. The Rock comes back and he's like, I'm going to be in at the Royal Rumble next year. I'm coming and I'm having a shot with whoever the champion is. And I'm just thinking, they come back and straight away they're in the top, which obviously it's not Rock, it's management, and they've just set that angle up. Obviously he's going to get a shitload of money. It coincided when all his movies were coming out, because in so many fucking movies last year, so it was ridiculous. So that was all just planned shit just to go with his PR stuff, just to boost his popularity and shit and his sales. But I did feel like, that's not fair, because yes, they've done a lot for the business, but they've been away from it for fucking, they haven't contributed anything groundbreaking or anything fucking amazing in fucking years. So, Batista comes back, wins the Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar comes back, fights the top dog, which at the time was fucking pretty much Cena. Even though he'd lost to Rock at that time, the top guy was Cena, because Rock was gone. So Cena's the top guy. He takes on him. He'll take on Triple H at WrestleMania, and they're getting main event slots. And I think it's not fair, even though they fucking, yes, they probably do deserve them. I don't think that it's fair on the guys that have been there for fucking the last 10 odd years, busting their ass, getting nowhere, being stuck in mid card. I don't think that's fair to the guys like Dolph Ziggler or Kofi Kingston. Guys that fucking legitimately put the work in and make other people look good, and they're constantly fucking used as jobbers. Who are much better than that. I don't think that's fair. So I don't agree with that. I know why they're doing it. It is because you can't have a Batista or a Brock Lesnar in a mid card. You shouldn't really do that. They should be the top dogs, the top draw. But I just don't think it's fair to the other guys. The WWE Network, I was looking forward to years ago, and I was like, we're gonna bring it this time. There was like, they gave us the date and everything when it was coming, and it was gonna be a TV channel, and it was just gonna be WWE past matches all the time, which I thought, that's gonna be great. But then I trying to struggle to think of how it would work. We had like WWE Vintage Collection and Classics where you just see past matches from certain event. But I was like, but how would you sort out what's coming on? 1 week you might feel like watching some TLC matches and it's got Hell in a Cells on. But now they've said it's going. I think it's an internet streaming service. I think that's the way it always should have gone. They've given us a date because obviously they're not going to get it on TV because no one would pick up that fucking shit. Give them a channel for it. But I just think about this. With how bad the pay-per-views have been this year and last year, do you think they deserve any more of your money? You're going to fucking shows, they're not giving you what you want, they're not showing you the superstars you want, they're not giving merchandise to the people who really deserve it, the guys you like, they're not getting enough merchandising, not getting enough airtime, not getting enough matches, not getting enough opportunities. What do you think they deserve more of your money? You probably went out and bought fucking WWE 2K14 and buy the game like I do every year. You probably buy the fucking DVDs when they come out. You pay for the pay-per-views that are never fucking worth the money. Do you think it's really worth having to pay them more for stuff that you watched on TV for free 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago? Do you think it's worth that? Is it not something you can go out and find somewhere else? Is it really another 10 quid you can burn that's worth burning in your pocket? And yet they say, yes, you get all pay-per-views for free, but they shouldn't be fucking charging anyway for the way those pay-per-views have been going. If anything, they're going to drop the quality and say, you're getting them for free, what do you want? You're getting all these pay-per-views for free, they're not going to be great. It's just